Will Zhanle set the world record tonight in the 100 freestyle final? That's the first question we're going to talk about today. But before we give our thoughts, let us know in the comments if he's going to re-break the world record and swim faster than 46.8. We're joined today by the insider Brett Hawke, follow him on YouTube, Instagram and the rest, and Licky from India, some of the 50 and 100 breaststroke here.
Yeah.
46.8, is it happening?
I actually think so. He's against the Italians, so I think he got that energy tonight.
Yeah, Licky was telling me there was a little interaction between the Italians and in warm-up, little interaction. Tell us, what happened?
Oh, I think it was 2 days ago, maybe 2-3 days ago, where Pan was swimming in one of the Italian lanes, and you know there are a lot of swimmers going in, bumping into each other. Yeah. And it got quite rough between the Italian and Chinese when Pan actually bumped into one of the Italian swimmers, and I think the coach didn't like it. So there was a little bit heat exchange between them, and I think that energy went into the relay, and he broke the world record over there. And maybe he's gonna break it tonight.
So the rivalry tonight is Alessandro Moresi and Zhanle.
Yeah, I like that little inside information there, because a lot of people are just seeing what they see on TV. He's behind the scenes seeing little ruffians going on, and I like it. So we've got the Italians and the Chinese up against each other again in this one. Pan, is he going to break it? My observations here is, look, Pan has gone under 47 a couple of times now, but he's done it both occasions on relays, leading off a relay. Last night when he swam the semi-final, he looked good, don't get me wrong. It was still kind of a 47 high range. He's got a long way to go to get under that 47. I think he's going to be back around the 47.1, 47 flat mark myself. I think he's going to bring that energy again. I just don't think it's going to be under 47. He may even be saving that for Paris.
I think he's going to be at 0.1 either side of that swim the other day. He's going to win it. We all agree he's going to win the race.
Easy.
There's not.
No.
Fantasy points.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, people are doing a fantasy league. Me and Brett not partaking in that.
Oh, there's a fantasy league?
Yeah, World Aquatics put a fantasy league on.
Okay.
Next race, women's 2 fly. Helena Rosendal Bock from Denmark is the #1 seed with a 207. Laura Stevens, good friend of mine, also #2 seed. You're a big fan of...
I think I'll go with the Denmark.
Oh, I thought you said Puda. Oh no, he said Puda behind the scene. Oh,
yeah. Guy off camera. Yeah.
Off camera said lane 8, Puda.
Yeah, Puda back. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going with Rachel Klinker in this one. Cal girl. So I'm going with the American, and I think look, it's a tight field. They're all around that 207 mark.
207 to 208. Yeah.
206 going to win it or not?
206 wins. 206 wins tonight.
It's going to be probably at 207 again to get their hand on the wall for the win.
Yeah, look, I've worked with Helena. She was Energy Standard, so big fan of her. Laura, I swam with her when we were 12 years old, so I'd take a tied first between them two girls and everything's gravy. But a very fierce field, a very stacked field. Men's 200 IM. Carson Foster is #1 seed. Shane Cassis looked like he shut it down last night in the semi-final. His breaststroke was magnificent, a 33 split, and then 30 flat coming home, and he was not trying. There was no Michelangelo there. He wasn't falling apart. He was shutting it down. You've also got Rossetti, Duncan Scott, Daya Sato, Lewis Clare, but I mean, it's a star-studded field here, boys, and someone's got to win it.
This one's more legitimate. This one feels like a World Championship final. Some of these other ones are kind of pieced together. They're a little thin. This one feels stacked to me. What are you thinking?
I think it's going to be Shane Cassis, because he's more of a funny guy, and he's always quite chill and everything, walking up to the blocks. And as you said, it's a very tight final, and I think having that calm energy and having a little bit of fun energy, is going to bring it back home. So Shane Cassis.
Look, I agree with you. Look, Shane Cassis, from all accounts, is really the talent in this field, and there's talent in here. Don't get me wrong.
So much talent.
But Shane Cassis is one of those guys that we talk about that can swim anything and can really compete in anything. And we haven't really seen him come through for that big World Championship long course win yet. He's done it short course. We've got to get him a long course one. I think tonight could be the night.
I think all I know is that 150, Shane Cassis is leading, Carson Foster's in second, and Carson's going to try and bring it back through. Whether or not he does, well, we won't know until tomorrow.
Yeah.
The last final tonight, we're not going to talk about the women's 4x200 relay because it's it's not worth talking about. But the last women's final, women's 50 backstroke, Iona Anderson, Australian girl, training with Ben Higson over in Australia. She's #1 seed, but then Claire Curzon, who just dominated the 100 backstroke, she's in the race as well, as is British girl Lauren Cox, medalled last year at the World Champs.
Yeah. Who are you going with?
Oh, Claire Curzon. Yeah. Double fantasy points, I think. Yeah. With her. She's in pretty great form as of now, and the 100 fly was amazing, and the 100 back as well.
Yeah,
so,
I agree. No, I think we're going to see the Americans take some wins tonight. So yeah, Claire Curzon's my pick too.
Australian coach Tim Lane said Iona's the fastest backstroker in the field on the surface, but I can tell you for a fact Claire has got a better underwater and a better first 15.
Yeah.
So it's going to be one of these guys. Can she pull up alongside her, go past her? I don't know, but Claire seems to be the favourite for sure.
Yeah.
And that was tonight's swimming. Last night, anything stand out? What did you think? 50 breaststroke, your event.
Yeah, I think
fast.
It was very fast. Yeah, 26.3. I mean, the Aussie.
Yep.
It is mind blowing. Actually, he was way behind at the start, and he brought back home the last 10 meters. So that was quite a surprise for me.
And I love that lane line victory ceremony sit. With the muscle, the flex.
He's jacked. They're the most jacked guys, honestly. Like it was Nicolo, the Italian guy, who's jacked. If you've seen Nicolo, he's jacked. And like Sam's jacked. And who was bronze? Nick Fink. Nick Fink's jacked. Nick Fink had an almost half a second lead over Sam Williamson at 15 meters, and still got beaten. This guy can move.
Here's an example, right? Like of this is the future of swimming. We're going to have 50 swimmers. We're going to have 100 swimmers. And we're going to have 200 swimmers. You're not going to have people that win 50, 100, 200 anymore. You're going to have these specialists come through. If we were to put an Olympic gold medal on this 50 breaststroke, you would have all these jacked 50 breaststrokers. It would be a jacked field, I bet you. And it's the same as what you've seen in the freestyles, the flies. I think you're going to have specialists as we go down the line here. And I hope one day they really do bring the 50s into the Olympics.
And look, right now, look, if Sam wins an Olympic gold medal in 100 breaststroke, I'll eat your hat, Brett, because I don't think it's going to happen. But he's just 20 grand richer and he's a world champion, so good on him. Good on him, and he's...
You've eaten a few hats too.
I've eaten half. I've lost a house. I betted a house to Brett earlier this week.
Yeah, I took his house earlier.
So I'm not good at these sort of calls. I'm actually terrible.
Was there anything this morning that stood out? It was just kind of people floating through to qualify, really, wasn't it?
Yeah, women's 100 free, men's 200 breaststroke. Women's 200 breaststroke was horrendous. 2:28.9 made world semi-finals.
Yeah.
That's world record plus 11 and a half. Yeah. That's the equivalent of a man making the semi-finals in the 200 freestyle with 1:53.5.
Oh, wow.
11 and a half seconds off the world record made the semi-finals. If you're watching, you probably go 1:53.5 in the 200 freestyle. Brett fell in the pool the other day and almost finished the 50 meters. So
no, I didn't go anywhere near that, but it's still slow. Yeah, look, I think we're looking at this whole meet and we're seeing depth in some events, and we're just seeing it's very, very thin in others. But the top end of this, might come out with a fast swim, right? Kate Douglas can swim 200 breaststroke, we may end up seeing a really good swim at the top end.
Yeah, could be an American record.
Yeah, so we'll see. But yeah, good swimming tonight.
What else last night? Siobhan won the 200 freestyle. See, this is another little insight. So everyone in last night's final said when they dived into the main competition pool, it sounded like, when you get to 15 meters and they go, bang, everyone could hear it underwater. And most people in the races were thinking, are we meant to come up and stop? Really affecting people. Like a lot.
That was figure out what it was?
Apparently it's a technical difficulty of the pool.
Wow. Did you hear anything like this when you competed?
I don't think so. I never heard that.
It was just last night. Just last night. That's what they're saying. Like it was that final and a few other finals.
That was kind of just freaking them out a little bit.
Freaking them out, and they weren't sure if it was a full start or like a go and redo it, and then they were kind of like oh. Yeah. But Siobhan flying, fastest ever first 100, 55.1. Previous PB was 55.7 to the 100. Well under world record pace for the 150, and just couldn't quite hold on. Molly O'Callaghan comes back like a.
Listen, you've got some inside track here. Why is Siobhan here as opposed to some of the other top female swimmers in the world? Why is she here? She seems to me like she likes to race a lot.
Yeah, she loves racing. And it's the World Championships. Look, some people get swimming what it is, and if you want to be a commercial brand in swimming, you need to go and win world titles. You need to go and win Olympic titles. Yeah. You can't just sit at home and train for 6 years and come out of like the cave and try and win a meet. and like, she's someone, watch every season of hers. Like, go back and look at the stats. I'm taking Siobhan as an example. She gets quicker throughout the year. Yeah. And if she's already going 154s this year in February, God, help everyone else come the summer because she's going to be quicker, you know, and like you get better at racing with racing. You know, Brett said this before. Everyone said, like, it's a thing, and it's also the World Championships. So why on earth would you not be here?
Don't get it, but she's here and she's winning. She's winning cash too. So she's going home with a stack of cash. She's going home a world champion. Actually, last night she said that was her first world long course title.
World long course. So she's got 3 world short course titles, and this is her first long course world title.
Good for her.
She got a silver last year in the 100 free. She come 4th in the 200 free, and she's obviously got the 100 free semi-final tonight. So
there we go.
If that goes well, there could be another gold medal there.
Right.
There's 20 grand for winning a race here, Brett. 65 grand. Every final, there is 65 grand distributed between the 8 swimmers.
What did Pan get for breaking the world record?
30 grand.
30 grand? Okay. That's good cash. Yeah. Why not?
So if he breaks the world record tonight, he gets 50 grand and a handshake.
But we already said he wasn't, so he's not going to get that. So he'll get 20 grand. Not bad, Pan.
Right.
Maybe there'll be a fight and warm-up, and we'll get him going, fired up. So.
Oh yeah.
There's about 2.5 hours before the final start, so I'm going to go and put this online, and cheers for watching.
Like, comment, do whatever you want, but thanks for watching. We appreciate it. Hey, mate. Good
Cheers
job.
for coming in.
Good job. Good job. Good job.
I'll see you on the next one. See you tomorrow.
That's it, mate. You're in the vid.